Hello, a warm welcome to Conny Decorates today, and of course with heart, and today again with a lot of heart. Yours, Laura. Exactly. And this is our topic today. An Advent arrangement, such as an Advent wreath, a Google Bundt cake. Yes, it is indeed a Google Bundt cake, but supernatural and really made with things that you can also find in the forest or along the wayside, my dears. And if you want to know how this Google Bundt cake works, stay tuned because we will show you now. And these are the things we need today for our Google Bundt cake. And I will start right here at the front. I will show this and bring it forward. I have a straw wreath here. And this one is a small one. I need to check again. I think this is a male. Then I have a base that I just cleaned. It was planted with ivy and maritime. And this is a plant bowl. However, you can use any tray, anything you have, or something that is large in area. Then I have cones. I have here candle holders, red candles, and red balls. I also have a little fir, and I also have a little pine. And what you need is definitely binding wire and the cones. That is the basis here for the Google Bundt cake as well. Not just the straw wreath, but the cones. And just go outside for a bit. Here, there are so many cones. I still have some from last year. They are really nice, large dried cones. But take a look at what you can find outside in nature. And now I take the binding wire and go around the cone once, twisting the wire by going around 3 times here. And then I take the next cone and simply attach it in the same way, just laying it down. I place them one after the other here. Just go around here with the wire and pull it tight for me. I will just take a look at how many I need. It's easier to place the binding wire at the bottom. I just tried them a bit in the middle, but it doesn't have to be that way. 1,000. So, Laura helped me. We searched for and found the cones. They look like a U shape. However, you can also easily make them yourself with this binding wire. Just cut off a piece, bend it, and it works wonderfully. I have just already prepared a little bit of chain here and will now, very gently and with care, slowly and precisely place the straw wreath to the straw wreath. My cones, I will just position them a bit. Then I go between the first 2 cones, take the binding wire, and secure them to the straw wreath. Press it in a little bit carefully. I'm now slowly placing the chain up like this. It's holding quite well now once you fix the first one, and I will take another one just like that, going between the wire and securing it to the straw wreath. So I need to correct myself. We took out the wire and now it doesn't go through every cone. I mean, they are super thick. But now you would practically need to use a needle and just poke through some of the cones here, and then you can wonderfully go into the straw wreath. As mentioned, you don't have to do this with every single one, just once to secure it, so that we have practically fixed this cone chain to the straw wreath here. I still have the wire from the chain, and I would like to fix the cones at the top again with the wire. To avoid holding this huge roll all the time, I will just cut off a bit of wire as it makes it much easier to work. And I am now practically going around the cone with the binding wire at the top, and then I am going along the bottom like I did before, and then you can also correct it a bit more. Making the cone chains myself and adding them is great, but I think my cones are just too thick. However, that doesn't really matter now because the ones we have in the ball are naturally much thinner and more delicate, and they work much better, even with a patented or homemade binding wire. But I have been adjusting it a bit back and forth, and I think it will fit now. I will now make a second chain with the cones for the interior, or yes, for the inside of the wreath. I need to check. I think I made them a bit too large, but I will just try to press the cones into the inside now to make sure they fit nicely and are stable. It's a bit wobbly and not quite straight, but that's okay. We haven't let that discourage us, and it doesn't have to be perfect. As mentioned, in conclusion, thinner, smaller cones are of course much easier to fix, but we also like this, and now we will fill this inner space here. I have some moss everywhere, so I will start by filling it in a bit. And basically, something good always comes out of it, right, Laura? Definitely. Even if it can sometimes be a bit tricky and wobbly, we are always doing it for the first time. But now, when I look from above, it is really beautiful now with these green tones from the different types of moss. And I like it very, very much. And as I said, I have a lot of little succulents, and I also take them from outside. I have taken apart a few plantings, and I would really like to put them in here now. Just check if you can water them a little beforehand. But even here, the moss is of course a great water reservoir. And then you can simply spray it a little, or you can really go directly to the root with a small watering can. And now I take my succulents here. Let's fluff them up a bit and place them everywhere in the gaps. Very, very beautiful. Do you like it? And I have the tusha here again, and I will just cut off a few small branches and place them in between here as well. I also have a few small omen pieces here. 2001 branches. You can also wonderfully place them here from the outside, and of course simply set them in between from the inside. And then there already comes a little pre-Christmas wintry atmosphere. It smells so fantastic. And I'm now adding the fur here everywhere again. And of course the candles must not be missing. And I have here the regular candle holders for pillar candles. Exactly, I have taken those. And just take a look at where you can find the space. You have to be a little careful that there isn't a fur there. And now I'm looking for nice spots for the candles. Since the straw holder is relatively low and the candles need to be stable, it's important to insert the candle holders securely. If you don't have those or don't have the option, you can also heat this wire nicely, insert it back into the candle, and then stick it into the straw holder. That holds wonderfully as well. But now I'm just going to see that I push my candle holder nicely deep into the straw holder and then place the candle on top. It's super, super stable, and I really like it a lot now. So today I really thought, I'm not quite sure if it will turn out like this. So if Laura weren't so completely relaxed with me right now and had said, yes, that's still going on, then I don't know. I really like it. And I also have a few branches here that I would really like to just lay on top of this. I think it might be a bit too big now. It shouldn't be that overwhelming. Maybe we can even place one in the center and perhaps add a bit to the side as well. I would also like to have a few ornaments. And I have the little red ones. I'll lift them up and just place them lightly and loosely into the sides. And we can already light one candle. Or rather, yes, we'll light one. And we really, really liked it. It was a bit tricky because the cones are a bit thicker, but it still worked out and we really like it. We are happy about it. And so, decorated like this, it looks even better. Dear ones, we truly hope that we were able to inspire you today and convey a bit of natural Christmas spirit. then we appreciate the thumbs up. Exactly. And feel free to follow us on Pinterest, Facebook and Instagram. So we look forward to decorating with and for you again in the coming days. Right, Laura? Definitely. Yes, it's getting cozier and it's already dark outside. So feel hugged, really tightly embraced, and please stay very healthy. So until then, your Conny and your Laura. Until then, bye. Exaltation. Sing, all your citizens of heaven above. Glory to God in the highest. Oh, come let us adore him. And come let us adore him. Come let us adore him.